Hey guys and gals, today we talk about a movie, and this movie was kind of like an odd title. I remember hearing about this title for years ago, but the title always threw me off. Even though it had good actors starring in this movie, Christopher Plummer, Donald Pleasance, and of course one of my favorite actor, Klaus Kinski. Rest in peace, by the way, and Donald Pleasance also. Christopher Plummer, I don't know if he died or not. I'm not sure. If not, I apologize. And rest in peace too, also just in case. But the title always threw me off. It's like I don't know why I stayed away from this movie. It was just the title. The title's called Nosferatu in Venice. Yes, a Nosferatu vampire in Venice, Italy. I mean, think about it. Won't that throw you off? I'm like, shit. Well, the way I finally come across this movie, I mean, it's probably online for free, but I was on my Roku, and one of my Roku channels I subscribe to watch horror movies. Had the movie Nosferatu in Venice, so I was like, okay, I got really nothing to watch this Memorial Day weekend, and most likely I don't know when I upload this movie, most likely you may see it next week. Already got a few uploads for this week after Memorial Day holiday, so expect for next week to see this review. I would say maybe I don't know what day, but I'll say next week. Um, you know what? This movie wouldn't be for everybody. You might expect fast-paced vampire action, but this movie does not deliver fast-paced vampire action like 30 Days of Nights or something, or John Carpenter's vampire movie, for example. But I really did enjoy this movie. I thought it was really good. The environment, the soundtrack. The soundtrack you might think was done by Goblin, but it wasn't. It had like that Goblin soundtrack, in the background. But it worked though for this movie. I was so shocked, you know. The movie had like Christopher Plummer, right, going to Venice to visit this family, and one of the females is like obsessed with occults. It's like she was into this something about vampirism. She was telling him something about it. The movie I saw was bad audio. If you have a Roku, if you see this movie in Roku, then the audio was bad. It was like a bad transfer. So I hope I'm saying it right. I presume she was in occult. She took the professor, and I think Christopher Plummer played a professor. He was talking about studying the Nosferatu. You know, she took her to like no, he took her to like this underneath crypt about this cemetery grave, like the coffin. I mean, and she wants to open it. Well, they didn't open it as a later towards the movie. But to fast forward, Christopher Plummer's character read the book about the Nosferatu in Venice and how this priest and these two other priests with him trying to face Nosferatu, and Nosferatu just pushed him out the window and it fell down the spike. Yep, nothing like a spike kill down the window. We seen it done in the Omen. Was it Omen 1 or Omen 2 that we saw a spike kill? That ain't been a long time. Anyway, movie fast forward. The woman of the house, the woman of this family, decided to hold a seance, right? And the seance ended up waking up the Nosferatu, played by Klaus Kinski. And Klaus Kinski's goal is to have the woman that he desires, pretty much. And you got one of the females at the party, and the Nosferatu's like stalking her, and then he finally got to her. And this Nosferatu, man, Klaus Kinski, you might not think it might not work right, and that's one of those things that would throw you off. Like the title itself, Klaus Kinski is a vampire, but Klaus Kinski, he got game, man. Fuck that shit. He was seducing this girl, man, sweet talking her, ripping her lingerie, making out with her and shit. Like, good luck. Don't be fooled, man. That shit, Klaus Kinski got game for a vampire. You thought like the poor Nazi Dracula was something in Dracula's Great Love. This shit bites the cake. This was done more passionately, and it worked. It really fucking worked. While you got the professor and the doctor planning on stopping the Nosferatu, and just to fast forward, we get to the scene where they're gonna stop the Nosferatu, and the Donald Pleasant, who plays a preacher, a priest, he once Nosferatu ready to come out, your Don Pleasance, his character, he ran like a fucking bitch. He was like, yo, fuck, I'm hiding upstairs, closing the gates on me. I don't want to get involved in this shit. He got involved, but he was hiding too and shit. So anyway, it was funny the way it was set up though, man. I'm telling you. And the doctor failing defeating Dracula, he's trying to shoot him, and Dracula not Dracula, excuse me, Nosferatu, my fault. Nosferatu regenerated. The Christopher Plummer, the professor, was trying to stop him. He failed. He got the woman. The woman came down to escort him into his island. And the second woman that liked him was about to kill herself, but Nosferatu ended up grabbing her from the sky, and didn't want her to kill herself. So he got these two hot chicks in his island. Christopher Plummer's character, the professor, the priest, the doctor decided, we gotta stop him. So they want to go back to the second round battle. And this movie was so dark, man. I was like, I don't know who died or what, but I know he killed the doctor. This movie ran pretty fast though. Once the hunters start going to the island, stop Nosferatu. And by the way, if I say Dracula by accident about the Klaus Kinski character, I apologize. I meant Nosferatu. I'm running so fast with this one, this review. I apologize. But Nosferatu got up, killed the doctor, but he disguised himself as one of the females. And this movie does not have a happy ending. If you guys want the vampire to die, guess what? Spoilers. The vampire did not die. The Nosferatu Klaus Kinski vampire survived while holding the woman, because the woman wants to be with him, And the only way to kill the Nosferatu is Nosferatu fall in love. That's the only way to kill him. But Nosferatu just hold her by the arms, hold her like was carrying her by his arm, and they're walking around Venice, pretty much, And I thought the scene was done so beautifully, well done, in my opinion. So this movie does have horror elements. It does have kill scenes, but it wasn't done like messy. To me, it was done classy. Even though he killed like one of his victims by one of the females, ripping her dress and biting her neck, but it was done classy, man. It was like, damn, this vampire got fucking game, But all in all, I thought it was a nice ending, for what the character is and what the story was about. You had to follow it to understand it. Nosferatu in Venice, if you're open-minded, highly recommend it. Not a bad movie, speaking for me. It's more art house, more drama based. Like I say, it does have horror elements for a vampire movie, but pretty good. Peace, guys. See you later.